Blake, great to see you. How are you doing?
Doing well, Rachel. Good to see you as well.
Always, always. Well, Blake, we joke around here that Bachelor Nation never sleeps. There is
There's no off season.
always there's no off season. And the crazy thing is I felt like we were a bit in an off season until we woke up this morning and we probably have had the biggest news we've had yet in Bachelor Nation. So, first question I want to ask you. You are a friend of Colton. You were on Becca's season with Colton. You made it into the top 4 with him. And like I said, you've continued a friendship thereafter. Did you know anything about this revelation before this morning?
Yeah, I had heard rumblings, as we do usually when we're in this, world, this Bachelor Nation world, we kind of hear rumblings. So over the last few months, I'd heard rumblings. I didn't realize this is what it was going to be. I didn't realize it was going to be on GMA, anything like that, and I didn't know it was going to be this morning until I heard yesterday. So it came as a surprise. It came as a surprise to me today.
So one of the things Colton said in the interview is that he had spoken with family and friends prior to the announcement, which gave him the strength and support to feel comfortable enough to announce it on Good Morning America. So he didn't speak with you prior to the announcement.
No, I did know something. I did know he was going to make a big announcement. I did know that. He told me that, but he didn't go into detail. So I didn't exactly know what it was. I kind of, had a feeling this could be what it was going to be about, but I didn't know exactly.
Have you reached out to him since the announcement? I know it's been a crazy morning, but have you reached out to him?
Yeah, I'm sure his phone is blowing up. So I didn't call. I did text him. I shot him a text, but I'm sure his phone's blown up. But yeah, I'm sure I'll hear from him within the next couple of days. Hopefully we can chat and let him know, how what I think and how proud of him I am, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, and that's what I want. What is your reaction to all of this news?
Yeah, I can't imagine, like I obviously it's impossible for me to imagine what he went through, and it's impossible for me to relate to his experience, and I can't imagine hiding that secret from the world on national television. Like for years, for the last few years, I
Yeah.
can't imagine how hard his inner demons and the struggle he's had within himself have been. So I'm proud of him for being true to who he is, and I hope he's able to give a lot of other people courage to do the same.
And I think that that's what we're all hopeful for as well. A lot of people are like, why now? Why the announcement? But what I really appreciated in the interview is that he was very honest. He was very forthcoming. You could tell there were a bit of nerves as well as he was, discussing with Robin. But one of the things he did touch on is that he was in a dark place, he said, for some time now. And this time away, from the show and just the time of reflection we've had in 2020 has made him be honest with himself about, who he really is as a person. Do you feel that some of the things that he mentioned within this interview, that he was in a dark place, do you feel that those unhealthy patterns were caused because he had this inner turmoil from within?
Yeah, it's hard for me to speculate on that completely, but yeah, I definitely think that obviously played a role. You're right. He was so honest in that interview, and you could tell he was genuinely. He looked scared, but yet also extremely like at peace, and like excited to finally get this like weight lifted off his shoulders. So it was really cool to see throughout that interview and as the interview progressed. But yeah, I mean, he talked about how he knew at a young age, but he kept. I mean, I thought what hit really hard to me is when he said how when he was cast as the Bachelor, he basically, thanked God because he was like, I can finally find a wife and have kids, and I know I'm not gay now, and so that just hit that hit hard to me, and I was like, wow, I can't imagine what he was going through. It's pretty wild. These last few years have been for him.
And I guess I would just, you're right. You talked about it's hard to speculate, but just the pressure, there's so much pressure, just period. And then there's pressure in being a man. And then there's pressure in entering this world of Bachelor Nation. And then particularly with being the Bachelor and so many people looking up to you as you're representing yourself as the most eligible bachelor, a certain prototype. Do you feel like that all attributed to his decision and made it just a little bit harder for him to come out?
Yeah, I think, like I said, like I can't relate to coming out. I don't know what that's like. Obviously, there are millions of people that struggle with that. So that alone has got to be incredibly difficult. But like you just said, you add in all those other pressures, all those other stresses, and basically have to hide and be somebody who he's not in front of the whole world on national television. I'm sure that made it just that much more difficult to come out and, be honest with who he is as a man. So, for sure.
You and I have talked about this before. Bachelor Nation can be a tough place. It can be a gift and a curse. People can praise you, but they can also really hit you with some negativity that it just really can bring you down. We've been very honest about things we've both gone through with that. How do you feel like the fans are going to react to Colton and the announcement that he made?
Yeah, you know, I thought a lot about that because I got scared for him a little bit. I got scared for some of the women on his season, you know, obviously Cassie as well. And I was like, how are people going to react? I think, you know, in a way that you can still separate what he did as the Bachelor, you know, and then also be proud for somebody, you know, speaking their truth and hopefully, like I said, encouraging other people to do the same. So you can still, you know, have feelings for what he's done in the past and then also have feelings for what he's done now. You know, they don't have to necessarily be the same thing. So I think hopefully fans can kind of separate that, I guess, in a way, and still be proud and feel, you know, good for Colton and him coming out, but then also still have, you know what he did in the past and the Bachelor and how, you know, that kind of thing in his past. So hopefully that's what fans are able to do. Now, will they? I don't know. Like you said, the Bachelor Nation fans can be pretty brutal at times. So it'll be interesting to see the reaction the next couple days.
And as far as past contestants and leads, you know, from what I've seen so far, the reaction has been so positive, and specifically with some of the women from his season. And, you know, I was wondering, how will they react? Will they feel a certain way? I know Colton did apologize to them on Good Morning America this morning, but yeah, I was really pleased to see that so many people are just like, you know what, we support you, we uplift you, and we're glad that you're in a much better place right now.
Yeah, me as well. I think it says a lot about the girls on a season because I think a lot of them could be bitter. They could be a little angry. They feel like they maybe wasted a season, but they seem to be very positive and uplifting, like you said. So it's cool to see.
So I'm hearing some rumors, and it actually just came out, that there is a documentary that's affiliated with this. What do you know about it?
Yes. So I have heard about the Netflix doc, and you know, there were options. You know, I know he filmed here in Denver. He filmed, you know, and stuff. And so I'll be interesting to see what comes of that because I think it's just gonna be a peek into how hard it has been for him the last couple weeks. So it'll be interesting to see.
All right, one of the last questions I want to ask you is that what Colton did today was an act of bravery. Coming out, not knowing what the reaction was going to be, yet he did it because he needed to do it for himself. Moving forward, what message do you hope that Colton's revelation for the rest of those who may be struggling with who they are, what message do you hope that Colton's revelation has for the rest of those who may be struggling with who they are and how to tell their loved ones, you know, about themselves?
Yeah. Gosh, you know, the way I look at it is if Colton Underwood, the Bachelor, who's this all-American, you know, football player who was, like you said, like put up there as one of the most eligible bachelors in America, can then come out, you know, a couple years later and say, you know, speak his truth and say that, you know, he's gay and that he's comfortable in being able to do that on national television. I would think anybody can do it, you know, in that sense. And I hope people kind of look at it in that sense, like if Colton can do it, I can do it. So I'm hoping this gives courage to a lot of others out there who are struggling with their sexuality or who they are as a person. And it helps them because I mean, like I said, if I was looking at this situation, I was like, if Colton can do it, like I sure the heck can, you know? So hopefully that's how people kind of look at this.
Blake, we so appreciate you coming on. I know that Colton appreciates your support because that's exactly what he needs right now. Last question I will ask you. We miss seeing you on our TV screens. Will you be coming to a TV screen near us maybe in the future? I don't, will you?
You know, I do get asked this quite a bit. Surprise, surprise. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It'd be hard to get back in that environment, but at the same time, I still believe in that environment, and I still believe that you can find somebody in that environment. So you never know. We'll see. We'll see.
It works, Blake. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm saying, look at that thing on your finger. Look at that. Look at that.
Blake, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Rachel.
We'll be talking about you here soon.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
You know?
We'll see.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.